Hi, mermaids! Welcome to my show. I just got back from Hawaii, so sorry for not posting a video last week. But today we have a special guest, Miss Kris Oster, my mer sister, and she's also a magical business coach. She will be sharing her secrets on an abundant life and how she turned her passion into a business. So for those of you who don't really know me, my name is Pamela, and I enchant women to break the spell and fall back in love with life. So I magically help them create opportunities that were never there before so that they can find positive outcomes and upgrade their lives. So without further ado, here is my mentor actually and magical mermaid, Miss Kris Oster. So would you like to share with us what your business is and what is it that you do?
I would love to. Well, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me to, first of all, be interviewed by you, which is so fun. And I feel like you're my mentor too. I love the work you do because it falls in line with that aspect of being an entrepreneur, especially a woman, and it's so important to adorn ourselves. I mean, how many times we get up in the morning, we just roll in front of the computer and you work and you work. But even if you have to like work a full day without leaving the house, there's something about feeling beautiful, right?
Yeah.
That makes everything sparkle, that helps you manifest faster. I mean, the outer beauty is really a reflection of the inner beauty. So it is. It's like our Selkie symbols, how we project who we are and our healing template, into the world. So I think you do a beautiful job with that, and I find you to be my leader in that. So I look to you, as I'm sure so many other women do. So I think of myself as a mystic. I would say I'm a branding healer. I work with people who, particularly women, I have a couple of men here and there, but mostly women who have some fear around visibility. And, part of branding and becoming an entrepreneur and building an audience, building a platform, however you want to frame it, it takes getting out there and really showing yourself and talking to people. And there's so many different ways to do it. There's no one right way, but I think what I like to help people do is find their right way and let that kind of unfold for them so it's more organic. It's not, you have to follow these rules and always do the same, kind of tweet or use this color button all the time or whatever. Because the trends change. What's the best social media channel will change in a year or two. What the most effective strategy is for getting people to sign up for a class. All of those change. I mean, since I started doing online classes like in 2006, 2007, it's changed a lot. But
Yeah, and also like the uniqueness of your brand. And I think you helped me really find, like, come out and not to be afraid to be different. Like, because,
Mhm.
I mean, we talk about mermaids and unicorns and fairies, and some people are like, oh, that's so crazy. But I feel like that's who we are. So I think you helped me really go back to my origins and not really, oh, I need to be this because everybody, I want to be taken serious. I think you really helped me in that.
Yeah. Well, we could do what everybody else is doing and then think you're being taken seriously, but at that point, nobody's going to even notice you, right? You don't have to be a mermaid, a gorgeous mermaid like you with pink hair, to be noticed. But I think that if you have a desire to be something that's like so like uncharted, that's so not the mode or the model of what everybody else is doing, um, it can get lonely and it can get really scary. And I
Right.
think that's where that visibility piece comes in, because all of a sudden you feel like you're standing naked. here I am.
Yeah.
You know, you could have your full-on mermaid outfit, but you might feel naked because you're standing out.
Right.
But yeah, I embrace that, and I love working with other people that want to embrace it. So
Mhm. So what's your
yeah.
message to your tribe? Or do they even have a moniker? I know we talked about this.
Yeah, you know, it's changed over the years. I had the same one kind of for a couple of years, but my new one is Incarnate Your Brand.
Oh,
Um, because if you're a mermaid on the inside, why not incarnate that on the outside? So really about it stepping into your essence, and that could be a mythological being. It could be um, an archetype of a goddess or a god. It could be that you have this really deep connection with dolphins or with owls, and so now you want to use owl feathers on your logo or something. So it's about taking those elements and using them in your brand consciously and very, you know, explicitly visually, using it in your copy. So I think it's really simple. And so what I talk a lot about is bringing heaven to earth. Um, I work like similar probably to you a lot with the manifesting path, which is
right.
generally you start with the crown chakra, you start with the universal cosmic energies, and you ground them down into the earth. And there's people that work the other way around, which is great too. But I would say, again, incarnate your brand. It's like breathe life into it, give it a body and a home.
Well, what would you tell other people that, like me, we have so much interest and we have so many things that we want to put in our brand? How would you help them out with that?
I think the soul really knows what it wants to express. So if you have the the tools to do the inner work and you do that part first, you get really clear on what your brand is and how it's supposed to look and express. So some people, I don't know if you're also talking about people who are like multi-passionate, do a lot of different things. Okay, so I am a total like worshiper of multi-passionate entrepreneurs. I think it's a lot more interesting. And you know, there are coaches who've told me, I paid them a lot of money, and they're like, "Yeah, you can't really do this like online business group, and then you have this magical mermaids class. That's weird." And I'm like, "Well, I am weird." And the thing is, I think people expect that of me at this point, and I think they're disappointed if I don't deliver it. So
Right.
if I don't deliver the magic, things don't sell for me. They just don't. If I try to be like, okay, I'm going to try to be more strategic and a
Uh-huh.
little more Athena, which is definitely a part of my archetype, it doesn't really appeal to my folks because a lot of them are Athenas and they don't want to be Athenas. They want to be Aphrodite,
Yeah.
right? They want to become embodied and sensual because they're at a desk all day. So it's like it's not necessarily about what you want, but it is because it's your audience is asking for it from you, but it's because you also need that. You know, the wounds kind of connect together,
Mhm.
and we're attracted to people that have similar wounds and similar interests.
Right. So how did you get started in all of this? How did you decide that I'm going to turn my passion to a business? Because I'm sure a lot of women out there, they want to do the same thing, but they don't know where to start.
Where to start? Well, I could tell you what happened for me is I was doing online classes mostly around personal mythology, helping people kind of find their archetype and finding their path. It was a very personal life kind of, it wasn't life coaching, but it was more about their personal lives. It wasn't about business. And then all of a sudden it was just like, wow, I'm noticing that I'm creating this business based on this thing of mythology and archetypes and, you know, mysticism and spirituality. But it's in the business world, I'm totally different. I'm someone else. So I
Right.
started to feel more and more split. And I think when you bring the two together, you feel a lot more integrated and empowered.
Mhm.
And I think one of the first books I read was Danielle Laporte's The Firestarter Sessions. It was originally a digital program that she released, I think, in 2012. 2011. I bought that and was just like, because here was a very mystical woman who, she's definitely not on the woo-woo end of things, but she's very mystical and very embodied, and yet she's an Athena woman. She knows business and strategy. So I was really like just taken, just my heart exploded. I was like, wow, I could totally do a business and be who I am.
Ooh, awesome.
So,
So I know that you've been doing this for a while, and owning your own business, being an entrepreneur, is kind of like a roller coaster going up and down. So what inspires you and motivates you every day to keep on going?
there are different things that motivate me, that keep me going, but I would say the first one is that I just have a love for what I do. I mean, it almost doesn't feel like work, which is sometimes a detriment because I'll put in way too many hours and not have enough fun and see my family and friends. So I'm balancing that out, but it's almost like I'm a bit obsessed. So I think it's like a devotion, it's devotional and an obsession, because it's like it's coming to the altar of your soul, being an entrepreneur, because every day you have to go in within and figure out what's the next move.
Right.
You have to keep in touch with your intuitive sense, and that's the part about being the mermaid. Mermaids, that's their natural state of being. So just having that connection that you have as a mermaid, you are, boom, it's like they tell you what to do, right? You wake up in the morning and your mermaids tell you what to put out there. And
How would you I guess coach or teach someone who doesn't know, boom, I'm a mermaid when they wake up, when they're not connected yet? What would you tell them?
a lot of people are like that. So I teach them just, I would say probably what some of us might consider basic, energy, but working with the chakras, and then I also work with the middle pillar, which is based on the Kabbalah, but it's more of a modern neo-pagan version of the Kabbalah, not the Hebraic. It's taken from that tradition. And basically what I do is I'll give them customized based on their archetype and their path. I create a path working meditation for them. So I go into spirit. I say, what does this person need? What are the tools? What are the images? What do they need? So I put it all together in a meditation, and then they can follow along with that. And then I have some people that are very corporate, and it's like that's not what they do. But I just make it my business to be super understanding and compassionate for whatever it is they're trying to do. Some people just hire me to write copy. They're like, I love your copywriting. I just want you to write copy for me. So I'm like, okay. They don't want to get into the spiritual stuff. They don't want any of that. And so I'm very open to working with different people as long as it's somebody that I could invite to dinner and just be like, I love this person. I no longer work with people I don't resonate with. It just isn't worth it for either of us, right?
Mm-hmm. So for my show, I want to teach women that to learn to love their life, break the spell. And one of my secrets is to just find a delight or something that you love doing every day. Maybe you can do one or two, or find your passion in life, like a hobby. So what is your passion, or what is your delight?
Dance is a big one. Dance is probably the number one. Meditation, anytime I'm going into the mystical realms and playing with all those beings, I could be there forever. I think I spent a lot of time there as a child.
You actually perform?
Oh yeah.
You're belly dancing?
Drummer. Yeah, so I do some pieces where I'm drumming and dancing at the same time, and some pieces where I'm just dancing, and some pieces where I'm just drumming. So, yeah.
How did you find this passion, or did you always have it, or you had to find it again?
The drumming and dance, you mean?
Yeah.
The drumming has been with me since I was 16 years old, and my dad's a drummer. He was the drummer for the rock band Chicago, so he's...
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so I've had drumming around me my whole life. So drumming was kind of like in my DNA. And then dance, I took ballet as a child, and right up to toe shoes, and then I remember they just kept telling me I wasn't skinny enough, and but you're a really good dancer, but you just need to stop eating. And I was like 12 years old, or maybe younger. I was probably like 9 or 10. And I was like, no way, forget it. I love food. I still do. So the dance came back into my life like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and I started studying with my teacher, Lisa Beck, who does Bollywood dance and African and a form of Indian dance called Odissi, which is like the temple dancers. It's like, so you feel like when you're doing it, you feel like you're this ancient.
Oh, wow.
Excuse me. Yeah, it's beautiful.
So, what would be your advice to these mermaids on how to end the day every day happy and just, enjoy what they got?
I would say, choose to wake up and just be in love with life. And even when, and there are moments where you don't feel like that. There are moments when I don't feel like that, believe me, But I think what helps for me is just, I wake up and I just say to myself, today's a clean slate. I can make any choices. I can do anything I want, and maybe there are people in the world that don't have that freedom. So the fact that we do, just feel that gratitude, and it's a blessing to have that much freedom. And try not, and don't judge yourself so harshly. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, I didn't get that many people signed up for this class, or I didn't do a good job writing the sales page, all of this, realize that your brand is always in a state of becoming. It's just like you. It's just, you're always evolving, you're always getting better, you're always changing. So love the journey.
Yeah, love the journey.
There's no end of the journey, right?
So, what is your one wish for the world?
Oh, my one wish is an overabundance of love.
Yay.
Overflowing.
And so this is a fun one. If you were a mermaid, what color would your hair be, and why?
I am so wanting to color my hair right now. I think I'm going to do maybe the indigo blue and into purple, because I love how you have it blending. I love fuchsia too, and magenta. Look at, there's the blue.
I know, it's actually supposed to be teal, but in pictures and online it comes out really blue, but it's supposed to be teal at the end. So
it's beautiful. I love it.
You should do it too.
I want to do it too. I'm ready. I've been looking at people's hair and going, lusting after it. But your hair is definitely lustful after. It's gorgeous. How long did it take them to do it?
She took, because it's extension, so she dyed it at home first, actually.
Oh, good.
So it took me.
But
this was
a journey. Yeah.
This was a journey. But so I know that you have a lot of new things coming up, programs, and especially your book. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
I would love to. So my upcoming book is Return to Enchantment, Branding with Mythological Archetypes. And I'm in the second round of rewrites. So, yeah, I started it, I think, with my one of my writing mentors, Reba Estante, and she, I think it was in May, I originally ran a 12-week workshop, and so I took the material from that workshop and some of the material from Bewitched, which is the class I ran last year, and started to put it together as a book in May. And so here we are, still kind of slogging away. I have an amazing editor, and she's just genius. So her name is Nancy Oster. She's my mother-in-law. Lucky me. So yeah, she's worked with you, Pamela. She's great. She's so awesome. She's amazing. So she's finding all kinds of great improvements and giving me more work to do. But I'm appreciative to have the help. So the book really is. It's divided into 7 different chapters, and basically the reader can dive into any chapter and take it as, like you could look at it and go, okay, I really want to go into being an Aphrodite in business. And a lot of people are probably just going to want to go right to that chapter. So what I'm having people, what I recommend doing is reading the introduction, because it lays out exactly what the book is and how it works, the mystical aspects of it, because I put a lot of chakra. There's a lot of chakra work in it. So there's the inner work and the branding work that goes with it. So
I know
yeah,
that
they might go ahead.
I think you have a special going on if you help fund the book. We
I
can.
do. I have an Indiegogo. I don't know what the URL is but it's if you go to krisoster.com, you'll see it in the right-hand bar. But for, I think, $5, I will give you the free PDF in December when it's all edited and done. So I'm asking for donations so I could keep paying my editor
Yeah.
and also pay for the marketing and the formatting, because the book has to be formatted in print and in all the different ebook formats. So all of this, self-publishing, it's the first time I've done it. And I know you've done it many times. So it's an odyssey.
It's a
So
journey.
yeah, so I'm getting my backers. It's wonderful to just have that support. But for additional money, you can also get the print book with my little signature and a love note to you. You could
Ooh.
be included in the acknowledgement section.
Uh-huh.
And then I also have a service called the Plunge, and then that's a
Yeah.
45-day brand immersion. So for a certain amount of money, you could get that and the book. So either way, you won't lose. You're going to get something really wonderful.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I'll probably put the link right here
Okay.
on the YouTube page actually, so you guys can just click on it hopefully, or see the link when Kris
Yay.
emails it to me.
Thank you. And I have to tell you, I have come up with a new class. I've never seen a class like this anywhere else. I've never talked about it until like right here, right now.
Woo!
And I have to
I
tell you
know.
because when it came to me in a meditation, the mermaids gave it to me, and I'm like, wow, why did I never do this, and why hasn't anybody else done it? But it's called 12 Months of Mermaid Magic, and it's basically January through December. It starts in 2015, and each month we're given a quest based on a particular mermaid and a topic. So, like the first month is Gianna, who is from Italy, and she's the mermaid goddess who works with the Italian witches. So I'm going to teach you the
Oh.
generic runes, and it's a lot about manifestation. And then February is Yemaya. But we're going to do Selkies, we're going to do Melusina, we're going to do the Little Mermaid. So the stories about the Little Mermaid and really dive into our vulnerability, because I think that's what a lot of
I
her
feel
story is
so
about.
excited.
I know. I think it's like mermaid women, and I'm going to open up to mermen if mermen want to join us. I think it'll be just an amazing one-year journey. So I'm like,
Mm,
woohoo! So
fun.
that's on my website, and yeah, I can't wait to just begin that.
Yay! And I know me, you, and Sophia, we still have to do Mermaid Summit.
I
We can
know.
start planning on that for our viewers. I know it'll be so fun.
Mermaids are really the key to so many of the things that women and men suffer from, you know.
Mhm.
It's mermaid healing is really potent, and I think it keeps coming up mermaids are popping up everywhere, at least from what I can tell. How
Yeah,
about you?
yeah, everywhere.
Cool.
Love it. Is there anything else you would like to add before we sign off?
No, I'm good.
Yay!
Thank you so
Um,
much.
thank
I
you so much
adore
for
you,
coming.
beautiful mermaid. And I love how Pamela gave me, not today or recently, she gave me a facial, an energetic facial that was like, I was blown away that worked. I mean, I do energy work, and of course I know how, but it just was like, it was still like, whoa, like I don't have to get somebody to cut my face open to look like this. I could just, so I want to plug you too, because the work you do for the soul, for the face, for the beauty, for the hair, the body, you're rocking it, girlfriend.
Thank you. And I know that when I was working on you, I got a glimpse of your mermaid, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Mermaid goddess. Yeah, your essence. That was awesome. It was so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
So maybe we'll have Kris back on the show. And oh, did you have
Yay!
a free gift that you would like to share with everyone?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I have a wonderful 150 plus page um, Goddess Guide to Business Bliss. It's awesome. It was done in collaboration with people like Danielle Laporte, Tanya Geisler, Michelle Ward, Alexandra Franzen, Shanae, all the amazing branders and marketers, and a lot of healers. And so you can go to my website at krisoster.com, and it's right at the top bar. You'll sign up for my newsletter, which I haven't been great about getting that out, except monthly. I've been slow on that, but I'm writing a lot. What can I say? You have to do what you have to do.
And you're doing shows.
And I have a daughter. I have a beautiful mermaid daughter, so that keeps me pretty busy too. So download that because it's got meditations, it's got mantras, recorded mantras, and a lot of branding exercises that I used to charge money for. And it's a free resource. Use it, ladies and gentlemen. You will love it. It's
Yay,
great.
sounds awesome. Well, thank you for sharing and for sharing the surprise that your 12-month mermaid magic.
Yeah.
So I'll have all the link below the video, and you guys can click on it. So thank you for joining us on this Magical Mermaid afternoon, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.